All right, hello my beautiful people. Welcome back to this video series. All right, if you have not seen the prior videos, make sure that you check those out before jumping into this one so it all makes sense to you. My name is Lora and I'm super excited to be sharing this with you because this is what has helped me step into permitting myself to be more selfish. First, I had to unlearn a lot of BS, right? About the things that I was believing about myself, about life in general. And so we're here to unlearn some BS, trigger some inner transformations so that we can step into the best version of ourselves unapologetically. All right. And in this episode, we're talking about energy flows where attention goes. So if you approach awakening to your truest self or becoming present from the level of the mind, thinking thoughts like, what happens after I wake up, after I unlearn this shit? And how does stillness help me in my business, right? What is being conscious all about? Even though you're thinking about becoming present, waking up, unlearning some BS, all of your attention is centered in your mind. And so your energy stays in your mind. So what do I mean by this? So when you release the need to know everything, choose to simply experience, let your attention drop from the level of mind, focus your attention on the breath, in the spaciousness of the present moment. That is exactly what happens. Where you focus your attention plays a key role in creating and manifesting. If you are focusing on a problem, let's say, what you don't want, what you don't like, what you don't have, you're actually attracting more of this energy into your experience. And when you are conscious, and you are the awareness and able to see negative thoughts for what they are, you are no longer easily sucked into the mind traps of doubt, fear, suffering, and so forth. So release the idea to know everything from the level of mind and just be in your own exploration and experience of living in the now. You see, the key to all inner transformation is being the awareness, being conscious and fully present in all that you are and all that you do. You are consciousness. Now, don't let me lose you here, okay? The mind cannot create anything unless it's created through you. All right? It's a daily practice to unlearn the conditioning and beliefs that have been possibly with you majority of your life, right? But don't put a timeline on what's here. All right. If you are ready to free yourself from the mind and be your truest self, this is your moment. Keep your attention here as we dive deeper in what this means for you. So your only limit is your mind. Okay. This isn't about 5 steps to stop limiting yourself. It's time to stop searching for answers outside yourself and uncover your truth. All right? You are not the mind. I say this so much, and I know it can sound crazy at times, but you are the observer. You are the awareness. You are the one who sees the activity and dance of thoughts. What you think and choose to believe, you create. If the thought appears, I'm stuck, and you attach yourself to that thought of being stuck, you instantly feel as if you're stuck. From this thought alone, I'm stuck, you now fall into the temptation of drifting into other thought forms that support the feeling of what it means to be stuck. The mental chatter revs up and starts up again, and your inner dialogue may sound something like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not good enough. Someone's already doing it. I can't do this. And then you begin doubting yourself about starting that new business, or maybe feeling insecure about leaving a toxic relationship, or even afraid and worried about what others think of you. From the one thought of, I'm stuck, you have now paralyzed yourself, lost in thought, and seeking answers on how to unstuck yourself, paying your valuable attention, directing your energy on solving a problem that you're feeding into yourself. The thought of being stuck cannot control you unless you entertain it, unless you believe it. So the human mind thinks about a shitload of thoughts every day. And on average, 80% of thoughts are negative. Of that, about 95% of thoughts are repetitive. This means most people think way more negative thoughts than positive ones. And no, this is not about trading negative thoughts for positive thoughts. Think positive, think positive, think positive, right? That's BS, a belief to unlearn as well. Here are a few truths again. It's normal to have negative thoughts. We're freaking human. It happens. But here's another truth. You don't have to believe every negative thought that arises. All right? You are not your thoughts. Thoughts come and thoughts go. So even though most of your experiences are positive or neutral, negative experiences seem to stick the most. So the thought of being stuck or whatever thought may be limiting you, what's happening in your head or in your mind is conditioned by your surroundings and your past. Whether you're moving into something new that you've never done or trying to get over something that hurt you in the past. A few examples and thoughts of this is new for me. What if I fail may come up. What if I lose? What will others think of me? What if I waste my money investing in this? I need more time. I'm not ready yet, right? This is too hard for me. I can't trust anyone. When thoughts like these pop up, you can either choose to believe that you're not ready yet or that you'll probably fail, or choose to not entertain these thoughts and go beyond the limitations of the mind. So how do we go beyond the limitations of the mind? You be the witness of your thoughts. And one of my favorite affirmations that I use from my selfish affirmation card collection is fear is just thoughts. Doubts are just thoughts. Worries are only thoughts. Insecurities are just thoughts. You have the power to rise above these thoughts. Doubts, fears, worries are invisible thought forms that pop out of nowhere and have the loudest silent voice. This mental chatter comes alive the second you attach yourself to it. You are not just living a life. You are life. Thoughts become reality through you. Dreams and desires become reality through you. Suffering, hate is all created through you. Your point of view on how you see the world reflects the things that you have going on in your mind. I don't know what you're going through, what you're dealing with, or what your current life situation is, and it doesn't matter. This is not about focusing on specific problems. As stated before, what you pay your attention to grows. Okay, so yes, I switched up the vibe. Just keep rolling with me. So one of the thoughts that I had attached myself to after losing my sister was, I don't know who I am anymore. I remember reciting this in my head day in and day out. I don't know who I am anymore. I don't know who I am anymore. I don't know who I am anymore. And during this time, I felt like I was only going through the motions in life. And you could say that I was, because I was lost in a field of thought, unaware that I was suffering from being trapped in my mind. You cannot lose yourself. You can only be lost in thought, basically strongly identified with your mind, the mental chatter. When you mess up, when you fail, when you lose, when you have a breakup, when death happens, when you get sick, it can feel as if your world is falling apart. And it can if you choose to attach to what it means for your world to fall apart. Every thought that arises is like a passing cloud. Slow down, breathe, and allow your thoughts to come and go without attaching or entertaining them. I'm a failure, passes by. I'm a loser, passes by. I can't live without this, passes by. I'm not good enough, passes by. No one will ever love me, passes by. I can't do this alone, passes by. I'm a burden, passes by. Why me? Passes by. I don't know who I am anymore. I don't know who I am anymore. Passes by. As each cloud passes by, some moving fast, some moving slower, they all eventually fade away. All thoughts eventually fade away when you're aware of the space between you and your thoughts. You may still feel a struggle, some knots in your stomach, or discomfort in the body as you practice this. It's not about resisting how you feel. Once you're aware of what's causing these emotions or discomfort in the body, let it be there. Smile at it if you want. Just don't latch on to it. Be the witness with detachment. I actually find myself giggling at times at myself as thoughts arise in me because it's only mind activity, right? The mind cannot create anything on its own without it being created through you. Oftentimes, a thought appears, boom, you run with it. No space. Emotions happen, feelings happen. You speak about it, the body tenses. And this is where dis-ease and disease is able to easily enter the body. Moving through life tensed, stressed, overwhelmed, and fighting against yourself. Slow down, breathe, appreciate stillness. You are not your thoughts. You are the awareness behind them. All right, you still vibing? You are the awareness behind your thoughts. Yes. Okay, so let's move into the next part here, which is talking about you do not have to overthink about your life beyond this moment. A month, a year from now, or however long. Let me say that again. You do not have to think about life beyond this moment. Some thoughts feel like a force pulling you under a spell, an obsession of thinking. We are taught to fuel the mind, to educate and achieve, to perfect your craft, the need to know everything. Yes, knowledge is power and action produces. But consciousness, being present, is real power. Accumulating titles, roles, and labels become your identity based off academics, lifestyle, money, power, passed down beliefs, past experiences, your surroundings, and so on. None of which is who you really are. It's just a part of the role play in life. So I've done this on some of the other videos that I've shared before, and I feel like it's important for me to share again. All right. So if you remove the idea of roles, titles, and everything from who you think you are, do you disappear off the planet or essentially lose anything? Try this for yourself. Let's set aside your name for a moment. Set aside your age. Who cares how old you are? Set aside your job or career title. Set aside where you were born. Set aside what's happening in the world today. Set it all aside. Do you disappear? Do you lose anything? Are you still breathing? Are you still here? Do you realize how much you think about what you have or have not? What you've accomplished or not? What others think of you? What's next? We're also sucked into guilt, grief, and sorrow when something traumatic happens to us personally or to our loved ones. We all know we live and then we die from our physical form. We don't know when or how, but it's our truth. Yet for some reason, we dwell on things we are not in control of and oftentimes create more suffering for ourselves because of it. You are not meant to suffer. I can say this from experience. When I finally released what I thought my life was supposed to be after losing my only sister, there was a weight lifted. The struggle, the heaviness, and the anxiety came from holding on to the past and replaying and reliving what happened in my mind as if it were wrong to let go of. Time will heal is what we're taught. Things will get better with time or easier as time goes by. The only time we ever have is the present moment. To focus on time or giving yourself time to heal or get better is to project into the future that one day things will get better, that one day in the future. What makes a day or a year from now better than this moment, the only moment that you have? It's all beliefs we've been conditioned to believe in. This may sound far off for you, but imagine if you were taught to love and let go. when the time comes to let go. It wouldn't seem as crazy or far-fetched or out of the norm to accept that death is a part of life. This isn't to say you don't care or miss your loved ones. Trust me, I know that feeling. But you do not have to suffer more than you choose. It's all in the mind and the story you attach yourself to. Same thing with projecting your future success. Focus your attention on the moment you have now. It's all that matters. Not on what you failed at in the past or your big plans for the future. Be here now and see what life, the universe, God has for you and wants to create through you. Most problems come from resisting what life reveals and is showing you because it goes against the plans in your head, being identified with what's in your mind, living up here. Life is continuously unfolding. When you begin to uncover and discover the truth of yourself, it's like an attack against the mind. The mind will attack back to keep you thinking this uncovering isn't right, for you to continue repeating and living the same patterns, the same habits, and the same beliefs. This space right here is your truth, where you're meant to be. You don't have to overthink beyond this point in your life. And you don't have to overthink about letting go of what was, releasing what was that is causing more suffering and pain in your life. That does not exist anymore. That life that you knew in your past, that what happened to you, the experience, trust me, I tell myself this all the time. It's not here and now. It was a part of my story. It's a part of your story, yes. But it's not meant to make you suffer through the rest of your life. You've got to learn to let go and be in the present moment. You've got to learn to stop worrying about the future and be in the present moment. Worrying solves nothing. Stressing over what coulda, shoulda, woulda solves nothing. What matters is you being here now, showing up now. How do you want to be now? All right, let's inhale and exhale on that. Yes. All right, so we're going to close this out today. Your takeaway and your homework is to be the witness with detachment, right? Not attaching to every thought that arises. Be the awareness behind your thoughts. Watch them dance, watch them appear, watch them float by, right? You don't have to attach yourself to anything that doesn't empower you or make you feel good about who you are and you are becoming. So just sit back and Netflix your thoughts as they do whatever they do and become aware of how they shift and affect your move and what you step into. All right? And as always, if you are not subscribed, make sure that you hit that subscribe button. You click that notification bell so that you get alerted for the next video, a part of this series. We are going to be jumping into what consumes your mind, controls your life. Catch me in the next one. I'll see you soon.